An attack on American soil by Americans. The January 6th siege on the Capitol that left 5 dead is still top of mind as Congress attempts to investigate how it unfolded. But among those who stormed the Capitol are your neighbors, friends, and co-workers. News 4 investigator Lauren Traeger takes a deeper look at who these St. Louisans are and what's going to happen to them.
USA! 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 There you go. There you go, brother.
Smiles all around in this video from inside the U.S. Capitol. 3 people, William Mary, Paul Westover, and Emily Hernandez, all from the St. Louis area, proudly holding Speaker Nancy Pelosi's shattered door sign, all now charged, along with another local man, Nicholas Reimler, for being unlawfully inside the Capitol that day. 140 Capitol police officers were injured. Significant damage done outside and inside the Capitol. Nearly 500 people now charged by the Department of Justice, almost all with the help of informants, friends, co-workers, and neighbors.
I just happened to be looking at my phone and I saw the picture and I was just like, oh, holy cow, it looks like Paul Westover.
Wanting to be anonymous, this man, a neighbor of Westover in Lake St. Louis.
I definitely knew that he was definitely a Trumper.
He describes Westover as sometimes intense and forceful. He says he did not hesitate to contact the FBI.
It was an internal attack is the way I look at it. And so anyone who recognizes anybody on there, I feel like they were performing their civic duty by letting the authorities know.
He wasn't alone. Multiple tipsters ID'd Westover after News 4 aired a story on January 17th, according to charging documents which named KMOV. He was easy to identify, the tipsters say, by his blues hat.
I have nothing to say about that.
Westover and his attorney have declined to comment. His home raided by the feds. He's now facing 4 federal counts.
It's shocking to me to see that people within a mile of our home were willing to go and do that. Very much shocking.
Still, his neighbor is empathetic.
He chose his own actions that he chose to do, but I don't know. I think about his family now. It's going to be more tough for them.
Westover owns his own business. One commenter on the business's Facebook writing, quote, "This company is owned by a man who participated in the terrorist attack on January 6th. He should be in jail."
Oh, Emily. Oh, Emily.
Meanwhile, mixed feelings about Emily Hernandez, her former teacher in Sullivan, Vivian Whalen.
She was quiet. She was really quiet. And she was a good student, never caused anybody any trouble. So that's what I remember.
She condemns the actions in the Capitol.
I think like anybody else, that's not their property. You don't go in and destroy it.
But Whalen believes Hernandez was just caught up in the moment.
I know she wouldn't have thought any of that for herself. I really do.
Though these images of her, now iconic.
I've thought about that, and I don't understand if it's because she was a young, pretty girl that stood out, or if it was that piece of sign she held.
She is as American as apple pie. She's a wholesome young lady.
Hernandez's attorney, Ethan Corlege, says the 21-year-old is not political, only hopped in the car with her uncle, William Mary, when invited.
It wasn't out of a desire to take part in any political rally. It was to go see the Capitol. I mean, she had plans to see the Smithsonian, to see the Lincoln Memorial.
Mary, not represented by Corlege, declined to talk to us when we reached him at his North County home.
I can't right now.
Despite Hernandez facing serious charges, Corlege says those iconic images aren't really who she is.
People want to say, well, that's the image of this movement. She is the poster child of it. I cannot tell you how far that is from the truth. There's not a scintilla of truth to that.
He also defends Nicholas Reimler from Cedar Hill, seen walking the halls of the Capitol, swathed in a Trump flag.
Did he put hands on anyone?
No.
Did he break anything?
No. Nick never intended to be a part of anything like that.
Reimler, he says, is not a member of any extremist groups like the Oath Keepers or Proud Boys, nor are any of the St. Louis area defendants, as far as he's aware. On Snapchat, during the intrusion, Reimler writing, "LOL, what's going on?" Corlege saying he's a compassionate person.
He's just not like that. Nick is a strong believer in law and order. And not only that, but was raised the right way, and he's a very peaceful person.
What would you say to somebody who might think that seems contrary to what he did?
Well, I think they need to put in context when the evidence comes out, exactly what some of these people are accused of doing.
When asked if Reimler felt remorse, Corleger said he was more bewildered that it came to this.
Everyone involved likely should have exercised better judgment, and in hindsight would.
He disagrees with other defense attorneys like St. Louis's Al Watkins, who have tried to claim former President Trump and other elected officials are to blame.
I don't know that the elected officials whipped them up into a frenzy. I think that the crowd, when they were there, it was easy to get whipped up into a frenzy.
USA! USA!
Likening what happened to a sporting event.
If they go to a football game at their college and their team wins the championship or wins the game and it was an upset victory, a lot of people are going to storm the field, and there are going to be a lot of things that are going to happen that shouldn't happen. They don't have a right to be on that field. It's a restricted area. The goalposts get torn down. We've all seen that happen. Sometimes people get hurt, and I think that is kind of what took hold.
But will the feds agree? Each local defendant faces prison time, something Corleger says he's hoping to avoid for his clients, even if it means a jury trial. Discussions with the DOJ, he and other attorneys say, are ongoing as their cases proceed in court.
They absolutely want it behind them, and they want to move on. They want to get on with life.
Corleger underlined that his clients did not hurt anyone or destroy anything, and they don't condone those who did. Hernandez, he says, didn't break that sign, only picked it up. Still lots of strong feelings on either sides of this. If you want to tell me what you think, you can reach out on my Facebook page. I'm Lauren Traeger, News 4 Investigates.